popped up. Like I even got a. Oh, I even got a. There. Fucking starting this shit up right.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do this shit. Teen rated, motherfucker.
Teen rated. Fuck tits.
I regret nothing.
I better close this. Oh shit! I've been monitoring the what's the word I'm thinking about? The video being done for episode 17.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes.
It has been compiling for now for 57 hours.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What happened? You're lost again?
We'll just say that maybe I'm not the greatest video editor. I maybe should have like taken the videos and like shrunk them in size maybe and then combine them. But if you take three 720p videos and just kind of resize them like this and you leave them at 720 and then try to compile it,
I mean, you'll get better quality, right? I mean, that's I mean, it's the best quality. I mean, 720p times 3, it's like 3K. It's amazing.
That's right. That's right.
You're making 3K video right there.
But I'm compiling it into one 720p video, so it's not going to be 3K.
Well, when you say it like that.
Well, yeah. Details. A huge thanks for Murph for doing that with us last week because that was fucking
yes.
dope as shit.
Big up to Murphs. That was totally awesome. He was not joking. He was the guy. He was the Nintendo guy. It was great to have him there. That was awesome.
Yeah. He's often streaming Nintendo and he's not he's the down to earth kind of Nintendo guy. You know, he's not that fanboy that's just like Nintendo can't do any wrong.
He was not a fanatic, that's for sure.
Huge fan, but not a fanatic. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Sure. All right, let's. Oh shit!
So how was your week, man? Your week of recovery, I guess, right?
Yeah,
after the
It was a long week of recovery. Usually after I run a half marathon, you know, I'll have some soreness the day after. But you know, I was going into Wednesday, still having some soreness, just fucking dehydrated and shit. So, it was a long week. So I ended up going to physio on Thursday, and well, mostly because my coworkers have been eyeing this physio place that's just sort of south from work, and they're like so my one coworker went on Tuesday and he came back, he's like, yeah, this place is legit, it's so good. And then so my other coworker was like all right, so he booked Wednesday and he came back Thursday and was like, oh man, this is awesome. So Thursday I was like, fuck it, I'm going. It's like, we, you know, benefits gives us money for physio, so I went.
Yeah, fucking right. Yeah,
and I mean,
get in on that.
This physiotherapist, she could like crack coconuts with her hands. She was just like, she was kneading the crevices of my muscles. That was just like, it was just like thumbs, just in the worst place.
Was that night? Because we were playing, was it Battlefield that night? And you were just like, dude, I am exhausted.
Yes,
like I'm just dead. Like, man.
And that's
like,
what I was.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Literally, I was like, I wasn't tired, but after that, I got on the train, and I was like, I was ready to pass out. I was fucking exhausted. You know how they say like they release the toxins or whatever when they're mixing that. I was fucking tired.
All the toxins.
All the toxins all the time. So, but I went out this morning, 16K, and felt really good.
Oh, so, man.
Yeah, in the rain.
I did not go for a run this morning. I instead stayed nice and warm inside because it was raining. I'm like, I can run tomorrow.
That's what I said Saturday. I was like, Saturday. I'm like, today it's so beautiful. I can go for a run.
That's on you. That's on you, not me.
But it was unlisted pirate game day on Saturdays.
God damn it, I hate you.
So, oh man, I just go for a run, unlisted, be a pirate, go for a run. I'm like, I can run tomorrow, and then it was like it's pouring rain. I'm like, fuck it, I have to.
I guess I'll be a pirate then. I don't care.
I was wet and a pirate yesterday. I guess I could be a wet and pirate today. So
now, obviously, NDA on that stuff. You can't really talk about it.
yeah.
But that's still going on. I'm not sure if there's any more signups for that. I feel like I've been signed up for that for forever, and I get insider emails, but I haven't got the hey man, do this to download it. So I every time I get one of those, I'm just extra bitter. I'm just super bitter now.
Well, they do play sessions every week, but they're during my work hours, so I can't attend those. So I always have to attend the special play sessions that are on weekends or something like that. So
right.
This week, because of E3, they're no play sessions and stuff like that. So I guess they were tightening things up for the E3 presentation. So I look forward to their presentation for sure.
I'm sure it'll be playable at E3, and I'm sure it'll be some version of what you've probably. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about it. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But yes, I am also super excited to see that, because it was one of the things that we saw last E3 that seemed like the start of that trailer presentation bit. I kind of was like, no, I'm not feeling this at all. And then by the end of it, I was like, fuck, I want to play this game. This looks like so much fun. Like, yeah, I want to be pirates with my buddies and just do pirate things. And this looks so stupid and fun, and I love it. Yeah. So very excited.
They put that trailer together so so good. You know what I mean?
But it's funny because like the start of it, because it was very much like a multiplayer, like people are talking and like, hey, let's do this, and it had that kind of like a Ubisoft multiplayer presentation. You're just like, this is I don't know, I can't even watch this. But then it kind of like the goofiness kind of took over, and it was just like, man, they're plugging up holes in the ship, and they're carrying the loot, like you see the guys carrying. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, and just look at the way they were goofing around with the ship stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm in. This looks great. This looks just enough goofiness in that trailer that just kind of hooked me by the end of it. But yeah, the start, I was like, pass, no thanks. But yeah, by the end of it, totally sold. So very excited. Hopefully we get
an announcement like date on. Yeah. Man, yeah.
Did you play anything that we can talk about at all? Did you actually play anything else?
I don't know if I talked about last week, but I got a review copy of something called Cooking Witch.
Ooh.
But it's not. It's not a full-blown game. I think it was just like a small independent game that is basically could be a iPhone game, but basically you're a witch on a broom and you got to sweep down and pick up kids and then bring them back and drop them in a pot, and depending on how fat the kids are. So
family friendly, clearly.
It's cartoony, totally family friendly. It's not like. It's not gory or bloody. It's just kind of like you use your mouse to fly the witch around the screen, and you click the mouse to pick up the kids, and then you get sort of money so you can upgrade your broom, and then upgrade your hooks so you can carry more kids, and then you have to upgrade your strength so you can. It's totally like it's like an iPhone game, or like one of those progressive flash games where it's like at the beginning you can only pick up one kid, you can't get a lot of money. As you slowly upgrade it,
kind of stuff. Yeah,
you just keep playing, you keep progressing, and it seems like a dumb game, but I must have played it an hour and a half. So just like
you're like, oh, whoa, wait a minute, what am I doing?
Like, I think the game's only $2, right, on Steam, so it's just like. I was like, it was strangely addictive, but it was. I mean, I've played those kind of games before, and they always sort of the progression already sort of sinks me in, and it's kind of like something you hadn't really played before, but you have played before. So it was just like, yeah, I want to catch some kids, and there's some dads that come out and try to shoot you out of the air and stuff like that. It's so stupid, but I enjoyed it. I mean,
Yeah, why not?
yeah, I would pay for it if I don't know, if maybe if I saw some videos on it, I'd be like, no. But if I talked to someone and was just like, hey, I played this. This is kind of addictive. This reminds me of, you know, penguin toss or something like along those lines. You just like, yeah, I like that stuff. So
Yeah, it's just the price is right, $2. Like, who cares, right?
yeah, but it's kind of one of those things where it would be a tough pill to swallow for some people because it's like I can get these free games like this
On a phone.
on a phone, or like
Yeah.
even on like miniclip.com, like those flash game websites and stuff like I can get the same experience from that for free, so why would I pay for this? And I
Right.
totally get it, but it was I enjoyed it, so it's definitely sort of neat. And then I guess more Battlefield, and that's pretty much been my week.
I had a few games that we didn't actually talk about last week. I can just briefly talk about this week because we had Murph on, and it was like kind of like Nintendo all the way. Or as soon as we started chatting, so I didn't talk about. I went through Darksiders
Yes.
last week, the remastered edition of it. And I had only played about an hour of Darksiders on the 360. So kind of going into it, it was pretty much like the first time playing the game. Because I had pretty much forgotten everything that happened that I had played in the first time I played on 360. So, and we just streamed that for 2 days, and it was really fun. It had some frustrating parts in it, but the game was really cool. Like, you kind of like, you're leveling up your guy, you're getting better gear. There's a lot of like kind of like Metroid, Zelda-esque stuff where you're like, oh, I've got this chain hook thing now. Now I can get to this. I've seen these little stars all over the place. I can hook to those things now. It's like, oh, of course, I got to go back to that area and like use the swing hook to get to this other, collectible or something like that. So I did a lot of that. And then finished that game up and enjoyed myself. The only time I had like a I kind of had like a spaz out on it because I got to this one spider boss, and I couldn't kill the thing. Like, I must have had like a half-hour battle with it, and it was just slowly kind of chipping away, it finally killed me, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I tried it again. It was another like 20-minute battle, and it still just completely just died. I was like, fuck this fucking game. So I just typed into Google, how do you beat this fucking spider thing? Darksiders. Darksiders. How do you kill this fucking spider? And sure enough, there was a fucking thread called "This fucking spider keeps killing me." And so I think somebody in that thread said that it was a bugged. Pardon the pun. It was a bugged boss, and sometimes you get to it and it can't hurt it. So by that point, I was like, I gave up on the game, and the kids were playing Minecraft, and then I went up to bed, and I was like, all right, give this one more shot. Killed her in the first fucking try. It took me like 2 minutes to kill her. I was like, God damn it. So yeah, I guess it was just bugged, but yeah, it was super easy to kill her after that. I was like, oh, I can't believe this thing got me so pissed. But yeah, that game was really cool. I'm glad that they brought it back as a remaster. I thought it looked great. It was really smooth.
Hello, cutie pie.
Oh shit! Look at the mitts. Fucking sweet mitts. And yeah, so I had a great time playing through that game. There was a new game out. I think I want to say it was last week or the week before. It was called Skylar and Pluck's Adventure of Clover Island. It's kind of like a Jack and Daxter kind of game.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a little cat person that's going around collecting orbs, and you're same idea of like you're getting more gear that lets you get around the levels and stuff. It's a cute little platformer. The kids really dig it. Um, it feels this. I don't want to. This is gonna sound like a slam, but it's not. It feels like it was made with the Project Spark software. I don't know why. I have no idea why it feels like that, but it just does. The movement is really. It's not. It's fast, but it doesn't feel smooth. And I found when I was playing it, it was actually kind of giving me a bit of a headache. And I think it's because when you turned so quickly. So you kind of like it just kind of I couldn't play it for very long because it kept on giving me headaches. But the kids really dug it. It's a really cute kind of game, and for $10, it was like this is totally worth it. Like it's fun. It's fun. I think I'm about two-thirds of the way through. I'm on the last or second to last section of the game because you can tell like what parts are, from the map, like what parts have been unlocked. So super close to finishing that. I played Crossout, which is a multiplayer car combat game that just came out on the.
I think I saw you playing that. The fighting like looks like black Twisted Metal.
Yes,
kind of looks like Twisted Metal.
Yes, very much like that. It's a free to play game on the Xbox. It's probably on other platforms too. I'm sure it's on PC and PS4, but I played it on the Xbox. It's he's calling you out, man.
I know, man. Maybe I should stream like Mitz and just
shit! Show the guns.
The guns.
Oh, Mitz, were you showing the guns?
This
today?
is how he plays games. This fucking Mitz just totally fucking.
Man,
Mitz,
well, he's playing
Mitz.
speedrunners like that.
This.
So I'm wearing a jumper today. Damn, son. It's a really cool game because you can create your own car, like right down to kind of like how many wheels it has, how long it is, like how like the wheelbase. If it's a short little guy, is it quick? Does it have boosters? And it's really neat when you go into the world to do battles. Like everybody's car is kind of like unique, like because like at the end of each round you unlock different gear. You can craft gear. And I found like bigger tires. I'm like, okay, let's put the tires on this car and make kind of make it like a super truck, kind of like off the ground really high. But what I found was I had only unlocked one tire. So one tire on my car, and the other car's like,
oh, that's so cool.
This isn't working. There's I mean, it's free to play game, so there's obviously grind kind of baked into the game. But it's fun. Like I found myself, because like the matches would end, and then if you didn't hit anything, it would just start up a new match right away. So if you were kind of playing it would be like a set goal, like, hey, attack this one point or capture the point. It's like, okay. It's like after you only have one life, so after it kind of like World of Tanks.
Okay.
So like after you die, a match would be like 5 or 10 minutes, or maybe even less than that. I'd say about 5 minutes. And it's like your team gets wiped, or you wipe the other team, or you capture the point, and then you get rewarded, and then there's like a 15-second timer, and then it just loads up a new map and and you're in another battle. Like it's super fast to just kind of like, all right, that I died there. Who cares? I'll just wait and do another round and do another round. And so yeah, it's really easy to just kind of lose yourself in it for, like 45 minutes, an hour. And it's like, oh shit, I've played like 20 matches. This is crazy.
So yeah,
it's not.
That's what it's called.
Crossout. There's levels in it. You unlock better cars and whatnot. Or you can unlock new schematics, and then you'd have to like find or craft the items for that schematic. But again, like seeing people's creations online is kind of crazy. Like, you know, spikes up the front, or this one guy had like it kind of looked like an airplane. There was like things jutting out from the sides of the car, and then it had spikes coming in, so he could kind of drive by you and kind of like smack you with the spikes. And it was all localized damage. So if you pointed at an enemy's wheels and shot the wheels out, the car would then start grinding on its side, and you know, it would start doing. You couldn't steer the car anymore. It would just, like, if the guy hit gas, he would just go around in a circle, and you could shoot off the guns so he can't fire back, like all sorts of stuff. Like it's pretty cool considering it doesn't look incredible. But I still think it's like the concept of building your own vehicle to go out into combat is super cool.
I have to check that out because I saw it and I thought Car Wars, and I'm just like, and it reminded me of an MMO I played back in the days that
what was that one? Auto Assault? No, that's not what
yes,
it's called.
Auto Assault.
Oh, was Auto Assault? Okay, yes. Yes. And it's I mean, it's not like an open world where you're driving around or anything. It's maps that you play. So it's and yeah, there is like kind of raids that you can do. I can't remember the term they used, but it was kind of like, hey, defend these towers, and you would need like 5 guys in there defending the towers, and you would get better gear and better unlocks if you completed those missions. So there is, I mean, there's content there. It's not just like quick kind of like I found with World of Tanks, it was just kind of like, okay, it's team deathmatch,
yeah,
and that's it. Whereas this kind of has a few more variations, and so it's I'd recommend it. It's free, and why not? If you hate it, just delete it.
So do we talk about the other free game that made?
That was the next one on my list. Actually, the next one on my list. Speed Runners, which I'm gonna say garbage game, which I fucking love. It's so funny how, like, when I started it, I was like, nah, this game, like, whatever, I don't even care. But it almost immediately got wrapped into like, I have to fucking win, and I have to make everyone that's playing in this lose. Like, it's not even like I want to win, it's just I want to like really hurt the guy that's losing too. It's so bad, and I love it. I'm not good at it, but I still really, really love it. Like, it's really fun playing it, and just even like if I only win 1 out of the 3 rounds, I'm like hooting and hollering and having a blast. Like, it's great. I love playing it online with friends in party chat where you can hear them like getting super pissed at, like, when you hook them or something. Like, that is amazing.
That never happens. Never happens. And the fucking and the salt and revenge that happens when, it's like, I'm losing, I'm taking you with me. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a couple moments where I'm like, I fucking made a mistake. No worries, I'm coming back, and it's like, hook. And you pull me into like, I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. It's like, what the fuck? Why would you take me? Get the fucking, try to win, take the guy down from number 1.
The biggest burn is when you pull him with the hook, and you fling him so far back that he hits the he hits the back of the screen and just dies right away. You're like, oh, so good. And when it happens to you, it's it burns so much. You're like, oh.
Or when you got one in store and you hook him back as he hooks you.
Yeah.
Well, we played with Bizzo, and I guess if you slide tackle, you can dodge it. But it's just like,
yes, I read that later on. I was like, oh, motherfuckers, I didn't know this.
He did it to me one of the first times we played, like one of the first games we played with Bizzo. I tried to hook him and he slid, and he fucking blocked it. And I was just like, you son of a bitch. It's like, what? Yeah. And he totally honey dicked us and was just like, what is this game that you guys are playing? Yeah, it's free to play, Bizzo. You should download it. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Let's
Hey,
play.
I got it. It's like, wait a minute. that
Damn,
was like a
quick
900 meg download, dude.
fucking torrents. You got some good internets. Totally like, shooting shit behind him, and I got some achievements on it today. Actually, that that was like, oh man, I'm playing the computers. These achievements are super easy. It's like get 3 guys with the fireball, or get 3 guys with the freeze ray, and it's just like, oh, perfect. It's just like
There's a couple achievements that are like 100 points. I'm like, nah, that's what I'll work on. Thanks. It's like stay in the air for 15 seconds, or.
Well, I was looking at my achievement list, and it's like who's got the most achievements this week, and it's like the Midst, and it's got like 640 achievements this week, and I'm just like, since June 1st, I'm like, all he's been playing is fucking speedrunners. And it's just like, this piece of shit's got almost all the achievements already. But he was playing with he was streaming yesterday, I think, and he was playing with a bunch of guys, and they all had extra skins for this, and there's one guy that was the deer, and the hothead was like silver, and fucking like all this.
Now, I played with him on Friday, I think, and I want to say gold skin gives better boost. Okay, so we were playing some dude. He was the shark, and he had like a black and red skin on, and it seemed like he could get boost at any time. And like he would like get way ahead of us and then just kind of stop and wait for us to catch up, and then he would boost it. You'd go really fast ahead of us again, and then wait. And it was just like, is this guy cheating, or does he know how to do something that we don't know how to do? And
yeah,
it was kind of disconcerting. I hope that was just like a random thing. I really hope it's not just like he bought DLC that unlocks a boost thingy thing, because that would ruin the fucking game. Like, I'm hoping that it's just like is it something where it's like, oh, if you swing from things twice, you get a super boost or something? I don't know, but it just seemed like his boost bar just wasn't going down. Yeah, it wasn't diminishing. Yeah,
that's a shitty.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so I don't want to poo-hoo the game, because the game is great, and we're gonna play it at E3 when we have the gang over, and we'll see who yells and screams and who runs out of the house just super pissed off.
I'm just gonna keep playing it and practicing and memorizing all the levels, so that
not gonna happen.
No, it's gonna happen.
I'm trying to play the single player stuff so that I can unlock more maps, so it's not like we're stuck on 2 maps. So
yeah,
that's kind of my job this week, is to unlock more of the maps, because I think I only have like 6 maps right now.
I've done the first
2.
I've
done the first story, and I'm going through this. I'm halfway through the second story, I think.
Yeah, I think you just get experience by playing the game.
Got it from the multiplayer. Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. I'm missing all the characters from story, though.
Yeah, I kind of want to go through the story so I can get all the characters too.
Yeah, I just unlocked the shark. I finished the shark level and got the shark.
Okay.
So, but I mean, I just need. I'm. Doesn't matter what characters I unlock. I'm hothead. There's no.
Oh yeah, hothead all the time. I don't know. I might switch up the unicorn. I don't know. Or the rhino girl or whatever. I don't want to pick a character, and then when somebody else picks that character, I get lost. Like, I'm like, all right, fine, I'll just play hothead, and then it's like I never see that character. Like, I'll keep my eyes going back to what I'm so used to. So, yeah.
I've only played on stream, so as soon as I go on, people want to join. You have to do it off stream. Yeah. We should do.
I
think it's Tuesday. Tuesday we have to play a co-stream.
Maybe we can do a co-stream with you, and we'll do like a 3-way co-stream of us just yelling at each other.
Son of a teen stream, a family stream.
We'll have to mark it as a mature stream on that day, I guess. I don't know.
But it's crazy because Mitz is all laid back. He gives he doesn't give 2 shits whether he wins or loses, and then I'm fucking yelling my ass off. You son of a bitch!
Nice. Perfect. Thank you, Mitz. I also bought Paladins, like the full set of,
The Foundation
because
pack,
we
the
streamed a
Founders
bit of
pack.
the free to play stuff, and I was like, you know what, I'm getting the Founders pack, and so I picked that up yesterday. And now I'm thinking about buying a booster too.
Oh my God!
This game is like what time would it be on Tuesday? Oh fuck, it'll probably be late for you.
Yeah, and this time Tuesday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. What's that? 2:30 for you? Fuck. Hey, Mitz, just stay up till 2:30, man. It's the shoot. I will wake up with this fucking guy.
Okay, maybe we can do like an 8:30. I don't know. Can you do 8:30 on Tuesday or no?
I can try to, yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll try to do it a little earlier.
Yeah.
Considering the time difference for Mitz.
Yeah. Mit's got to be there because he's the speedrunner legend, speed walker.
Yeah. And I also today and yesterday I played a shit ton of Marvel Heroes on the PC. June is their anniversary month, and so they've got events happening all month long, and there's like different pets you can unlock, and like special things are dropping, and like experiences like doubled and that kind of shit. So I was like, fuck, let's go. So I leveled up 3 characters today to level 60.
June is my girlfriend.
There you go. Boom. Nailed it.
I don't care.
That I don't care.
He says that. But then he posted an Instagram photo of him and his girlfriend recently.
There you go.
Just little cutie patooties.
I think that's everything. That's everything I've done.
So you've just played a couple of games, not?
So just played a couple of games, and then we played a bit of. Friday was like an Xbox racing love-in, where I played a bunch of like old
OG racing games.
OG Xbox racing games, and because it was such a pain in the ass to set it all up, I'm like, okay, this week will be Xbox original games, so that'll be fun.
Well, you posted that picture. You're like, did you see the picture I posted? I'm like, what picture? I went, holy shit, son.
I was single and I was working. That's all I can say.
Those days are long gone.
Those days are way over now.
There's a streamer on Mixer called Preparian, and he used to run a video game store, and he's a serious collector too. So he's got a green screen, but he's like, if you just ask him, he'll move his green screen, and he's got this fucking wall of games behind him.
Oh, God damn.
It's fucking amazing. And every once in a while, I like to go on a stream and be like, hey, Prep, can you show me all your video games?
Quick, man, just show this once, man. I won't ask again, just this once, man.
It's so good. He's got fucking a huge collection. It's like three Nintendo 64s and
my God.
Oh shit, it's serious. It's amazing collection. But yeah, not to
so good
dismiss your Xbox collection.
No. Yeah, I love
disgusting.
that kind of stuff when it's like, oh shit, look at all this stuff, man. Like that stuff's always it's always super interesting, and it's always like it was always one of those things where I'm like, I totally want to do this. I want to get all these games, and then it's harder with the old like cartridges because they're not small, and it's like, where the hell do you put all these things?
Yeah.
So we live in small little houses, and it's like I've got enough like kid stuff that I can't be stuffing like Nintendo cartridges and Sega cartridges everywhere. So
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, shall we move on to the E3?
Yeah. Let's do a little E3 action here.
So I guess we'll briefly highlight the schedule. It looks like Saturday, June 10th. Saturday, June 10th. EA's doing a presser. I don't
Wait.
know.
Yes.
on Saturday.
Yes,
this coming
on
Saturday.
Saturday. Yes. Which is outside of like regular E3.
Yes.
Right? Like they're not an E3 presenter.
That's right. Anymore.
They're doing their own thing of like the EA Play or whatever it's called.
It's just kind of weird. But in a way, I guess EA sort of understands their place in the market. Like they don't really need to be prime time at EA when most of their, because they're a third party. Like they're not a console, so they're a third party publisher. Everyone knows that there's going to be a new Madden. Everyone knows, like, you know what I mean? Their stuff is not too much surprising. We've already seen Star Wars Battlefront 2 be announced. So it's like, who's going to be, you know, whoever's got that deal with it. So it's like, does EA show it off?
Yeah, and they have a terrible, I don't want to say they're terrible, but it's like, you know, they're going to bring out some other soccer superstar and have an awkward conversation about, you know, what does it feel like seeing yourself kick the ball?
But Peter Moore is not there anymore, right? Like,
what's that?
Peter Moore?
No,
he's not there anymore. So is soccer gonna, like, soccer is their probably biggest selling game, so it's, you know,
I'm sure they're going to show FIFA something or other.
But they don't need to be making.
Yes, we mean football midst. Son of
a bitch.
Son of a...
Yeah, so Destiny, you think EA will show Destiny 2? I don't know.
Wait, Destiny's an Activision game, isn't it?
I thought it was.
Yeah. Destiny is Activision. They've already had their reveal. Because it, you know,
there's no
with all the news, like Blizzard or BattleNet will be like where you play it on PC. It's not on Steam.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
and Activision doesn't really do anything for E3. I mean they don't have a press conference at E3. So.
And then they've already made their announcement for Need for Speed. I guess it kind of got leaked, so they just decided to jump
Need for Speed.
Need for
the Fast and Furious edition.
Yeah. I mean, there seemed to be, from what I was reading, I was reading on Reddit, and they were like, some people were super stoked, other people were trashing it, but I mean, there's still a lot of love for Need for Speed. So
yes, I will definitely check it out. Like, absolutely.
But so yeah, do we the fact that they're doing it on a Saturday? You know, I'll watch it, but I don't, you know.
I mean, you know, last year they did that like Battlefield test thingy where they had a bunch of stars playing Battlefield, and it's like, okay, I guess. I'm sure they'll do it this year with Star Wars. So you know, it'll be cool to see the Star Wars stuff, but like, I'm kind of more interested to see what the story stuff is with Star Wars than anything else. Like, I assume the multiplayer will be very similar to what we already have with Battlefront. You know, like, unless they have some more tricks up their sleeve, like
space battles.
Yeah, like space battles or like the original Battlefront, where you could kind of go from ground to space and stuff. Like, that would be super cool. But you know, we'll see. We'll see.
So they're on Saturday. What time Saturday? I don't see it. EA 2017 E3. Star Wars Battlefront 2 getting a huge presence at E3 with Hotel Mural. Yeah, I saw that. There's a picture.
That shit is gonna be huge.
Yeah, they're gonna talk a lot about that.
Yeah.
EA Play. Connect with us. June. Where is it?
They're also having, EA's also having like like an area for fans to come in and see it like outside of E3.
That's cool.
Which is I think is super cool. Yeah. I'm very curious to see how the public reacts to E3. I wonder if by the end of E3, there's going to be a bunch of super pissed off people that paid $300 to go to E3 and not really get much out of it.
Well, do you not see it as sort of a bigger PAX?
I
Almost.
do, but like I also think like there's business happening at E3. There's like developers and publishers, they need to sell these games. They want press there so press can talk about their games. So there's going to be like, hey, I'm going to take a stab in the dark here. God of War is probably going to be playable at Sony's booth. That fucking line is going to be so huge that you're going to be standing in line to play God of War all fucking day, and you're going to play it for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, when the media guys walk in, they're like, oh shit, you're from IGN. Follow me. Come here. We got a booth set up just for you, because your appointment's on it too. Like, come on, get in, or push this person off. Here, play this game. Like, that shit's going to happen because the IGN person, and nobody wants to hear it, but the IGN person or the guy from GameSpot or whatever, they're more important to the publisher than, average Joe that paid $300 to get in. Like, who cares? Like, the amount of content we're going to get from IGN off of this playthrough is going to be, a huge magnitude bigger than what this average guy is. Yeah, even if they are a YouTube influencer. Like, at the end of the day, IGN still has tons of traffic.
Well, but I think the people that are going to be more upset by are the media the small time media that don't get those. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
there's news outlets that go to E3 but don't get meetings that still go there to play those games, and now are probably going to have to wait in longer lines to play that stuff.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it sounds like a lot of things with E3 is. I think a lot of it happens behind closed doors, and it's the meat of it is happening in meetings. And if you go there without meetings, like, you're going to be standing around in lines waiting for things, and with 15,000 more people in the convention, you're going to be standing around longer, unless they have like a public access area where it's like, well, here's a bunch of booths with a bunch of games, but it's away from like the business booth games stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like its own little section. But again, like, are you going to be happy or pissed about that after spending how much money to get in? Because it was $250 for the early birds, right?
Yeah.
And then it went up to $350.
Sounds about right.
So like, $350 American dollars to stand around in line for 3 days. Like, fuck, I don't know, man. It's, like, I don't mind waiting in PAX because it was $40 for the weekend. I mean, it's not that anymore, but it was. So
it is, yeah, it's open to the public this time, but you had to buy tickets.
You had to buy tickets. It's not just like, hey, show up and get in. And like, you still have to buy tickets. But yes,
sold out.
Yeah, so they kind of let 15,000 extra people get in. Was it 15,000? Am I making that number up?
I don't know the number, unfortunately, okay. But I almost feel like they stopped dealing with the small time press, and just like, I feel like they've stopped giving away tickets as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, it used to be just for media. Now I feel like it's like, hey man, unless you're like a big time media outlet, they don't. You're stuck buying your own tickets now. So I don't know if what that outcome will be, but
I still think smaller places still get
public press passes.
Still get press passes and still get interviews and still get kind of access that the average Joe won't get. But yeah, with that many more people, time will be harder to get. Like time with the publisher, the developer will be harder to get, I would imagine.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll go on with the Xbox, which is Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday. What's it? Eastern Standard Time, 5:00.
So 5 o'clock Sunday.
Yeah, that's Scorpio, fucking big Scorpio.
I am so fucking hyped for Scorpio. I'm on the Scorpio hype train.
I'm right there beside you.
I am so fucking jazzed. I can't wait. And there's a week left, and they fucking better not leak the shit out of this. Like I want it to just, smack me right in the face. Like as soon as, when they start. I want that conference to just be them dropping fucking bombs left and right. Like and to be honest, they need it. Mitz is gonna come over. We're gonna have Earl Grey tea, and I'm gonna get fucking slap in the face every time Microsoft drops a bomb. They'll be dropping the mic on the stage, and Mitz will just turn to me, pow.
And then we'll give him a Krispy Kreme donut.
And then we'll give him a Krispy Kreme donut. It'll be the best thing ever.
He'll go back as a bloated fucking mess.
Yeah, like you know what? I think that's a good question. Or like, do you think like it's gonna start off with, they walk in and it's like, okay, here it is. Here's the Scorpio. It's now called the Xbox 4K or Pro or whatever they want to call it.
The toaster.
The toaster.
I think they need to. I really think they need to.
They need to start
drop
with that,
it,
right? Because then
here's what it is.
Then every game they show, it's like, okay, this is what it'll look like here. This is what it'll look like here.
Yeah, but here's what it is. Here's what it costs. Here's what it looks like. Now, games. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're all interested in hardware up until a point. But if you're just gonna hype a machine and not show us
hardware
any fucking
alone,
games,
hardware alone isn't gonna do it, right? Like, I need to see that you've got a shit ton of games for this thing too, because otherwise, like, why am I buying it?
Well,
yes. And then say everyone in the audience gets one for free. You get one. You get one. You get one.
They need to seriously stick with games, and they need to not, here's our hardware, here's what it is. I still feel like they really need to be sensitive with this, because I don't think that this. I still feel like the Scorpio is not going to be I think it'll be a good seller, but you got to be sensitive to the people that already bought one. So
yes,
don't show me games, like don't drop something like here's Scorpio and then just show me 4K games. And like
I think Mitz nails it too. It's like it has to be more than just the 4K, like, because there's people like me who, like, one of the greatest features I think that it does is it's the downsampling stuff of like, hey, even if you have a 1080p screen, games will look better because it's taking a 4K image and downsampling it, or super sampling it, sorry, to 1080p. So things will look better because it's the source is a higher resolution.
Well, and we were like they were saying, it'll be able to handle more. So like when they showed Forza Horizon or Forza 6, and it's like, look at this. This is something we hadn't have to modify, but we can now show you more.
Right. Like more bells and whistles are going to be happening.
There's more details in the 1080p than there was before, and a solid 60 frames per second. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get a better 1080p. You're gonna get a better 1080p. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, and I mean the design has to be sort of cool. Like, the Xbox One S is a fucking sweet looking Xbox, considering. Just throw the controller at TV when they announce Halo 2 Master Chief. Oh fuck.
They better not. They better not. If the only Halo news I want to see there, because I know they're not going to give us 6. The only Halo news I want to see there is we're giving you Halo Reach on the Master Chief Collection. I'd fucking die for that. That'd be fantastic. But that's never going to happen because I think they want to distance themselves, and rightfully so, from the Master Chief Collection as far as they can. Because, I mean, let's face it, that kind of blew up in their faces with all the updates, and just it was a mess.
Yeah, and I mean they know it was a mistake and they
Yeah,
fucked up
yeah,
big time. So
yeah.
like,
We're lucky we got ODST out of them, but I would have loved to get Reach. That would have been fantastic. My favorite Halo by far.
same.
Oh.
I love that game.
And besides 5, I think I played Reach the most online too.
Yeah.
I think I put more time into 5 now, but yeah, Reach was the game that I played a ton of online.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, what are we going to see at Microsoft's thing? Like, definitely Forza.
Yeah.
We'll see kind of like a more thorough look at Sea of Thieves. I really hoping that we actually see Crackdown.
Ooh.
And not just like a tech demo of Crackdown. Like, I want to see Crackdown. Like, hey guys, this is somebody playing Crackdown.
Well, and Phil Spencer has talked about it on Twitter a couple times,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like,
I don't want it to be like this is when they also, I mean, we haven't really had a game that has used the power of the cloud to bring a term back that, I think, quite honestly, if you think of that term, it's kind of haunted the Xbox One since the get-go. They kept talking about this thing, and there hasn't really been a game that used it. Like they say, well, Forza uses the cloud stuff because your drivatars, but whatever. That you could do drivatars on the 360. It doesn't really matter.
yeah.
But Crackdown was the game where it's like, okay, we're actually using the cloud for extra computational calculations on like debris and things falling apart. And I honestly think that we're going to get 2 versions of Crackdown. One will be on the Xbox One, which will still have like buildings blowing up, but not with as much debris and shit falling apart. And then we'll get the Scorpio version, which might be on the same disc, but the Scorpio version will have like glass shattering and like beams whipping off and just like all the extra kind of fidelity that they kind of showed us at the beginning. And it's because clothes completely just ripping off, all of that stuff. And I think it's because the Xbox One won't be using the power of the cloud, and the Scorpio will be using the power of the new, video card and CPU that's in it. So yeah, I'm curious, and I want to see how they play that, because Crackdown was kind of like the power of the cloud champion. Like, this is the game, and it just kind of, it went dark for so long that I have the feeling like that power of the cloud stuff is not going to be presented at E3. I hope the game is going to be there, because we've all been waiting for it for fucking ever.
Like, the fact that it didn't even get mentioned last year, it was like,
no. I mean, there was a conference where they like, I want to say it was like a DICE, and they showed off the kind of tech stuff, but it was very much like, well, it's, in this closed environment, this tech stuff kind of works. Yeah, that's cool, but like, will it work with my internet? Will it work with your internet? Like, what happens if I'm playing and my buddy's internet is shit and mine is amazing? Like, do we still get the same experience, or is his experience slightly different than my experience because the throughput isn't high enough? Like, I don't know.
Well, technically speaking, it shouldn't matter. Like, I'm still passing you information that is going to be a basic form. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I can still use the cloud to do whatever to generate some information that I give to you, but it'll be all like small GPS text based, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like I can feed you stuff on a fast rate that's being computed at a really fast base on the backside, but I don't see what could possibly be server based that they need to feed you that fast. Like even if your building is crumbling, like that has to be pre-generated in some sense, right?
Apparently it's not. And
you know,
hey, look, I'd love to be proven wrong. And they're like, hey, look at this fucking shit. It's amazing. There's like a gazillion debris on this thing, and you know, it's totally amazing. But I have a feeling like that is not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I really don't. But I mean, hey, if they've got some cool way of doing it, then do it and show me. Yeah, show me wrong. So
yeah, I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love to. Sure.
What else? What else Xbox have that could potentially surprise us?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like Sony has got at least third-party support, like up the yin yang. They've been making marketing deals with everybody, so it seems like everything is going to have like a Sony co-partnering thing. You know, like Battlefield has got it, Far Cry 5 has got it. Shit, what else was there? I mean, they have Call of Duty, obviously. So like, it just seems like they dumped a lot of money into marketing deals with developers, and you know, it might be paying off. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're people. There's more numbers in Sony's. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you know, you would make your base game off of the platform that has the most units. So I mean, it totally makes sense. And then you know, it's the more powerful system between the Xbox One and the PS4. So again, it makes more sense. But I'm curious to see if we're going to get a lot of, you know, third parties showing off like, well, this is what the game will look like on Scorpio, or if they're allowed to say that with marketing deals.
Yeah, totally. Probably not.
No, I would imagine they wouldn't. Like, why would you be able to say like, hey, on this other platform that's not paying us anything, it looks fucking amazing. So we'll see. I don't know.
But us as consumers, we're not stupid, right? Like, I mean,
yeah.
I think I shouldn't say that, because I feel like the PlayStation got a good lead because there was a bunch of people that were spouting off technically how more powerful the PlayStation 4 was than the Xbox.
Yeah.
And people are like, yeah, I want what's more powerful. They don't know. Like, they really don't know the statistics, and they're just like, you know, everyone's saying, if you read anything about these consoles, everything's saying PlayStation 4 is more powerful. I'm buying that. You know, everyone wants the best, and not only was it the best, it was cheaper. So
that was a huge thing. Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, if anything has shown us the Elite controller selling well, only shows that people are willing to spend more money on cool and neat design things. So I tell you, if the Scorpio comes out and it's like, this is the most powerful console, and it fucking sleek as fuck, like it's got to look good too, right?
Yeah. I really hope it looks real slick. Like, I want it. It needs to look really, really sweet. Like
it has to be slick.
I don't want it to be just another box. Like, you know, it's gotta have some style.
Completely. And you know, I think it, regardless of whatever the price they put at it, people will buy it. You know what I mean? So,
well, you know, speaking of price, we're a week away. What are we thinking here? Well, what's your gut feeling on what they'll announce? And we'll keep it at American prices because in Canada it'll be $1,000 regardless. but like in American money, like what are we thinking here? What's?
I just still don't think my position on it has changed. I think what did I say? $4.99 American.
$4.99 American, okay.
Which is what, $5.99 Canadian,
It's like $6.40, I think.
$6.49. Yeah.
$6.49 for six. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. I mean, it's hardware wise. There's too much power in that system for them to sell it any cheaper. Like it's not going to be I don't think it'll be $3.99 American. I don't think it'll be $3.49. That's
no, $3.49 is bonkers. That's stupid price.
Yeah.
I think I really want it to be $3.99, but that's just because I'm poor. But I think the sweet spot is $4.50. I think that's because I still think it's like it needs to be. It can't be so overpriced from the PlayStation 4 that it's just kind of like, because I think we're gonna get people that are like, well, I need a new receiver and I need a new TV and I need all this other extra stuff to take advantage of this thing. So I'm not gonna waste my money on buying it. Like it still needs to be within reason so that people are like, okay, I'll buy this, and next year we're gonna buy a new TV anyways. You know what I mean? Like I still think it has to be semi-reasonable, even though they have said in the past, like, well, this is a an elite system. It will come with holographic TV. Actually, the front panel is just a hologram. It's Master Chief giving high fives to Cortana. It's fucking really cool. You gotta check it out.
And if they're anything like they take any position like what Sony did, they'll release their own Microsoft 4K mini TV for.
Oh man, no, please no. And it'll look kind of like a PS Vita, but
and there'll be a kickstand on it.
Only the sweetest of kickstands.
I still think that you will have spent all that money anyways on a 4K TV, whether it's $4.49, $4.99. You're not going to squabble over $50 at this point if you're really truly interested in 4K, right?
Yes, but I could see how, like, if something is $500, even the $50 cheaper version still feels cheaper because you're not at $500.
You're right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I still have that kind of like, and maybe it's just me because like that's where my head is at. But like I still feel like it's got to be in the $400 region, and not $500. We might both be wrong, and they might just be like, and $599, everyone get a second job, buy it. The thing would be dead in the water at that price.
Yeah. That would if $5.99 American, and that would seriously put me out.
Because like we got to look at like what does a PlayStation Pro cost, and like it's got to be close to that price. It'll be more than that, but it can't be so much more that people are like, well, this thing does almost exactly that, and there's more games. I'll just buy the Pro.
Yeah.
So like it can't be so much higher than that where it's like, well, fuck it. Like I'm not going to spend another $100 more than the Pro when the Pro can kind of do 4K just as well.
Well, yeah, and I mean, hey, the Xbox One was $100 more because of a peripheral, but we saw what $100 more did to the Xbox One. So, the fact that we're still discussing it means that they've kept it pretty tight-lipped, and Like the same thing with Mixer. Like fuck, who thought that they were gonna rebrand Beam to Mixer? Like fucking that hit me like a ton of bricks. I was just like, whoa, fuck. Like, you know, there's
Did
still
not see that coming at all.
yeah. So it's still there's still secrets that, you know, maybe Microsoft has really got really good at weeding out the
Right.
people that spread rumors, and I didn't know until the day. Yeah, I was
Popped up saying name is changed. Yep, same thing.
same thing
I
for me.
do like hitting .com instead of .pro.
Yeah,
Never got used to that. I never got used to it.
so much stuff still needs to be rebranded. I kind of like the .pro. It didn't really. I mean, Chrome autofills everything anyways, so I just type BE enter.
No, I have to type it all out. Just beep. Yep, I'm in.
You can tell the technical guy from the graphics guy, like BE tab enter.
I used to work with a guy.
Terminaled the fuck out of everything.
No, like you would say, "Hey, did you read that article on CBC.ca?" And he'd be like, "Oh, let me go check it out." And he would open up his browser, and his browser would open up to Google, and he would type in the search in the search bar, he would like cbc.ca. I'm like, why the fuck did you do that? Like, just put it at the top, dude. He's like, nope, that's how I do it. That's how I always do it. I'm like, that seems like the weirdest way to. You know where you're going. Why do you need to search where you're going? Like, I'm just gonna read this on Huffington Post. Let me just Huffington Post search. Like, what? Sweetest guy, greatest guy. The guy was a real sweetheart, but I don't know why he would do that. Just
I could go on for days with stories like that.
Business, how does it work? So should we move on? We've got another two more things to go through.
So after Xbox, we got Bethesda. They're also on Sunday.
They're at 10
Eastern. Yeah, 10 Eastern. Elder Scrolls 9s. Well, that's an interesting speculation because
I would imagine yes, but maybe not. Because Morrowind is just came out on with Elder Scrolls Online.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. I think the most they would maybe discuss with Elder Scrolls is maybe an expansion to Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
But I can't see there being any more Elder Scrolls, and I don't even think they would drop a surprise like with Skyrim coming out on this if they were to fucking drop another fucking Skyrim.
I can't imagine. Yeah. I can't, because it would take players away from the game that's making the money. Like,
yeah,
it just seems like it would be a weird fit.
Yeah.
At this point,
I mean, there's speculation that they're working on two remastered. They're working on two new IPs.
Yes, that was from their card that they sent out, their E3 press
invite.
Yeah. Where it was kind of like an amusement park, and there was two kind of coming soon areas. So it's like, okay, well, they're making two. That clearly it's two new IPs, because all the other areas of the amusement park were kind of like, you know, like the Skyrim looking one and the Fallout looking one, and you know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, interested to see what they would bring.
The only other thing I saw a posting about was there was a job posting for a position at Bethesda in Montreal, but it was like the way it was worded was like, come work on our new AAA freemium game. Was like, what the fuck?
Quake Arena.
Quake Arena? Is that what you think it is?
I mean, it's a Bethesda property. Why not?
That would make sense. I
mean, why not? I wouldn't. It wouldn't hurt. I mean, they're making that Quake Champions, right?
Yes.
So it could be something similar to that, like the console version of that, maybe. No.
Ooh. What do you think? What can you speculate that Bethesda might?
On Bethesda, I would love, like, this is kind of, we were talking about this earlier. I would love another Wolfenstein coming out of Bethesda. I thought the last two that they made were like, I was pleasantly surprised by that. Those games shouldn't have been good, and they were fucking amazing. I loved them. The first one more than the second one, but still, like, totally loved it. Like, I think I played through the first one like 3 times.
Wow.
Just super enjoyed it. Yeah, absolutely loved them. So I would love to see another one of those guys. I think the folks at Machine Games, they nailed it. It felt so good. So I'm hoping they make another Wolfenstein. Absolutely. He talked about Evil Within. I don't know how well that sold, and I'm not sure if that's going to warrant a new one. I know that the fans that really liked it, like, super duper loved it and would totally kill for a new one, but I don't know, like, financially how well it did. It had a rough start critically, because it had like performance issues, and like it didn't have it when it came out, but like people still love that game, so it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I think it would surprise me if they said Evil Dead or Evil Within 2. Like, I don't know that it did that well.
It just seems to be the common consensus from stuff that I talked to a couple other streamers about it, and stuff I've been reading, and everyone sort of kind of mentioned it. And I don't know if it's because I heard someone say, well, what other franchises have we not seen in a while? Do you know what I mean? Like, man, I'm
trying to think, what else does Bethesda do that we would. Who else do they own? They published that Wet game. Maybe they're gonna make a Wet too.
Oh fuck!
Damn it!
Commander Keen remastered.
Oh shit! Yes, Blake Stone remastered. Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Although that's an Apogee game, I don't know if that's the rights to that. We're probably gonna see Fallout VR, like, properly.
Yeah.
They mentioned that last time, but hopefully we kind of get to see that. Will that be linked to, like, the Scorpio? Like, will the VR version of Fallout hit the Scorpio with, like, hey, plug in your Oculus here, and I don't know. I don't know how alive or how dead VR is. Like, it just seems like a lot of games for VR, it's just like shooting gallery stuff, and occasionally you get a gem, like that new Star Wars thing, where or not Star Wars, sorry, Star Trek, the Bridge Commander thing, where people are like, man, this is so cool, this is so great. But, like, that's few and far between, and it's like, that is a fucking hefty price to pay for, like, 1 or 2 games every year. Like, it's not an investment I want to make. And so I don't know if, like, Microsoft just took their time getting in on the VR train, and just kind of like, we don't really need to do this, and because they've got those cheap VR headsets that they've partnered with, like, with some manufacturers to make on the Windows side. So I don't know that I wouldn't miss it if they just decided to pass on this VR thing, because, like, I still haven't seen anything where I'm like, fuck, I need to play that.
Yeah, I mean, it still has its technical limitations. Like,
yeah, and we're getting ahead of ourselves, but, like, that's a question for the Sony conference. Like, how much VR stuff are they going to talk about this year? Will there be more games that will have like what Resident Evil had, which was kind of like a, hey, play the whole game in VR if you want. Like, it's a first-person shooter, so just play it in VR. Or are we going to see like other different experiences in VR? Like RTSs in VR. I don't know, like something or other, like God games that you can play in VR. Like I don't know. I'm not sure where that craze is. Boobies in VR. There you go. Mitz has got the right idea.
Well, porn is what accelerates technology, so
yeah, I mean it's there. So,
I mean, I have seen some God games and on Steam that seem to be sort of like Steam seems like, I guess, like moving on from Bethesda, PC being sort of the first thing that's dropping on Monday, on at like what 1? Is that 1 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time is like the PC show, and I wonder if they'll touch on VR as well, because I mean I don't know, like it's kind of a weird time for the PC show. They're all excited that it's back, but it's just like what PC sort of has a different, PC's off on its own area when it comes to E3. Like, you're showing me stuff that can be on anything, so it's like, do they touch on VR stuff? Like you said, that Bridge Commander game looks dope as fuck.
Yeah, but like that's already out, and they kind of announced that last year at Ubisoft, right? So it's kind of like, okay, like is Ubisoft going to have more VR stuff?
I mean, that game looks super fun. Like, it looks super fun, but I mean, there's already Star Trek Bridge Commander, where it's like it's a multiplayer Oculus Rift game, and everyone commands a different post on the Star Trek on the Enterprise. It's one person.
The concept sounds awesome. Like, that just sounds so awesome.
Oh man, you got to go and play it and let me know how it is.
Yeah, give it a shot, Mitz.
I really, really, really want to see it. There was a video the other day where I think there was a girl that was playing someone on the bridge, and a guy like, it was from the commander's point of view. And he was looking, and I guess the engineer was a girl, and she was talking. Okay, we got to do this. And he looks over at the navigator, and the navigator is doing like this with his boobs, like in VR, right? He's pointing at the girl, and so he's looking from the deck, and he's pointing at and it's just like, oh man, this is like sexual harassment in game. It was just like,
no, wrong.
Yeah.
God. Apparently it's cross-platform too. So if you're playing it on the PSVR, you can connect with guys on PC to play it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that has to happen. Like, they need to get they need to get bigger audiences.
Like a cross-platform. Like, everything needs to be cross-platform, because it's like, well, who's gonna have, like 5 Rifts lying around and 5 computers that can run Rifts and stuff, like, to do a multiplayer session. Like, it's kind of bananas, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like, as cool as the tech is, I feel like that stuff has passed me. Like, I'm just like, there's nothing there that has like really kind of surprised me. I'm like, oh shit, neat to do this. Like,
yeah, it's definitely a toy, but it's still selling well. So it's, they're just not making enough units. Like, they're still not making enough units that they can. That's making a profitable demand for developers. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right,
developers
don't.
Well,
they have to like charge so much for these games that like at the end of the day, aren't very deep,
Yeah.
and they don't warrant that cost, right?
Yeah.
Like you're playing a game that you'd play without the VR, like you'd pay like $15 for it, and in VR it's a $45 game. You're like, uh, this is a tough sell. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
man. So yeah, I did. It's they got some time, and I wonder when is the point that they say, okay, this is the Oculus 2, this is the Vive 2. Like when does that come out, and how pissed off is everybody going to be? Like do the current units now, do they have to stick around? Like is it going to be like a console, like the current units have to stick around for 5 years before they kind of start showing the next, the next version, the next gen of like VR stuff, higher resolution screens, that kind of stuff? Like I don't know,
Well, I think they would need to bring a new one out because, I mean, currently the limitation on the resolution that's coming off those goggles are not like it's not still not the greatest, right? And there's always a demand for better visuals and better.
Yeah, I mean, people have said like, you still get to kind of get that screen door effect, but it's not as bad as like the original developer kits for the Oculus Rift were, because they were, obviously it was lower resolution. The higher resolutions are better. It's just the more pixels you can get jammed into that screen, the better. So, I mean, there's always some advancement that they could do, latency, that kind of stuff. Like I'm
Yeah.
sure there's all sorts of stuff.
Wireless.
Wireless at some point. Yeah, like look at the PSVR, and it's just like that jumble of wires out the back. It's like, oh shit, okay, let's.
Perfect.
I mean, maybe every day. Yeah, kinda. I wouldn't mind.
Speedrunners VR.
Speedrunners VR. Dude, I would vomit everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of.
All right, let's move on to Ubisoft. That's sort of the first one on Monday. That's in a realistic timeline, 4 o'clock on the
Yes.
13th of June, Tuesday.
4 o'clock on Tuesday. Wait,
No,
yeah,
sorry,
no,
no,
4 o'clock Monday.
Monday, yeah,
Yeah,
4 o'clock Monday, Eastern Standard Time. Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. So what do we got there? We've got, Rainbow Six. I think was a huge big hit. I think it's become a service now, it's not going to be like a yearly game. Yeah, like Mitt says, AC, is it 9? Has it really been 9 games? You're probably right. But yeah, there was that leaked image of was it the pyramids?
Yeah,
Is the pyramids? So definitely we're gonna get an Assassin's Creed game. Um, they've already kind of shown that the Crew 2 is coming. I don't know who asked for the Crew, but the Crew 2 is definitely coming. It's going to be the greatest Crew game you've ever played. Uh,
it was an interesting premise though. Like, remember when they first showed it off,
sure.
and we're like, "Ooh,
Yes.
that's kind of neat," and they didn't deliver on it. Maybe
Not really,
they're
yeah.
like, "Fuck, this has the potential to be popular."
It just was not fun.
They're bringing blind boxes to Rainbow Six.
That's a great. I hate them.
So,
Wine boxes, yeah,
yeah.
there'll be wine. I'm sure there's gonna be lots of wine in.
Well, it's funny because Bailey Baum plays so much Rainbow Six. They were talking about Renown, and it's like, I got Renown. It's like he's got Renown like you have Forza money. So it's just like it's got every weapon, every skin. It's like, we don't have to
that's
bring blind
hilarious.
boxes. This is stupid. And this is meanwhile I'm sitting here and like, I can't even afford all the operators.
Yes, yeah, I still have to like grind out operators. Like, no thanks. Um, oh, and Far Cry. We're gonna see Far Cry 5 there,
Yes.
which looks fantastic. I really want to play that, and I'm saddened that it's so far away. Like it's February, which seems like forever away. Um, so Yeah, that's a good and Ubisoft is always good for they're very good at doing the and one more game that we want to show you that we've been working on, and it's like, you know, it's it's like the Division or fuck,
Ghost
what's the
Recon.
hacker one?
Oh, Watch Dogs 2.
Or it's like Watch Dogs. You know, it's like they've had that really great finisher. Mind you, last year, Steve, nuh-uh. That was not a good finisher. But they've had a really good run with kind of like, hey, we're gonna end on this like super high note. So I'm still very curious to see what Ubisoft does. And we talked about this last week, but the the
Rabid.
the Rabbids and Super Mario game might. I mean, I don't know where that's gonna get shown. Probably with Nintendo, but they might tease it at the Ubisoft thing. Um,
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they show it Rabbids and then like a Nintendo, they're like, oh fucking Rabbids.
yeah, or they show a trailer for it, and then they at Nintendo they show gameplay of it. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
they've done things like that before. So yeah, I don't know. They've done it the opposite way, where it's like, you know, Microsoft will show a trailer for Assassin's Creed, and then at the
Gameplay.
Ubisoft press conference, they actually show like, "Hey, we're gonna play that game you just saw."
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see, you know, that's gonna be super interesting.
Uh,
Um,
no, yeah. Any speculation on what else they might? What's Aisha Tyler gonna wear?
I, she's not gonna be there. She's not gonna be there, which is sad. But I think they showed a teaser of E3, and it was presented by the developers.
Oh,
So it'll just be the developers showing off, which I think is a kind of neat idea of like, hey, these are the guys and gals that are making these games, and it's like, hey, they're gonna present
hey,
the games. Like
CTOS.
that's
Here's the CTOS. Here's
yeah,
this game that we want to show you. This time you want to play the game. Baguette. What? Hey, it's our friend, the guy who bring the Krispy Kreme. He
and
did
they were
come,
Krispy Kremes, and
and
there they were gone.
and then they were gone. And he win the bingo. He won the bingo,
You
Lala.
want them? No more Girlwood.
No
No
more
more Girlwood.
Girlwood.
She's not going to be there. Yeah.
That's kind of a
So that won't be on the bingo card.
what girl would.
Girlwood would not be on the bingo card. Yeah, I don't know what they would. You know what? I think a big mic drop would be a Sam Fisher game. I don't know how dead Splinter Cell is, but I think bringing back Splinter Cell would be super cool.
I don't know, man. No more Michael Ironside. I just doesn't feel right.
He's a drunk anyways. It doesn't matter. His last game he voiced, it was him going wrong. Turn off the lights. I'm loaded.
All right, we'll move on to the PlayStation.
Yeah,
they're at what? 7?
they're at 9. They're at 9 on 9 Eastern.
9 Eastern.
Yeah.
And
this is gonna be a big show, man. I think Sony's gonna fucking go buck wild. They're gonna do the same thing they did last year, which is just games on games. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think they're gonna fuck around with graphs or anything. They're gonna start the show off with a sweet montage, and then they're gonna show a ton of games, just a shit ton of games. Like we just talked about earlier, I don't know how much VR stuff they're gonna show, if they're gonna show any. Like this is kind of the year to kind of gauge what Sony thinks of their VR initiative. Like if there's a lot of VR that they're showing, then clearly they think it's strong and that they can, you know, keep going with this. If we get like 1 or 2 games that are showing VR and everything else doesn't talk about VR, then I'd be a little bit concerned about the health of the VR.
If they don't show anything.
Well, like if they show like 1 game or 2 games, it's like, hey, you know, Media Molecules just made a new game that uses VR, and it's like, yeah, that's great. Okay, I guess. And
Little Big Planet
maybe
VR.
yeah, and then like maybe David Cage shows something that has like maybe a little VR implementation to it, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess. um, but if it's like, if it's like, and this would never happen, but if it's like Uncharted with like this VR exploration thing, or every time you pass a level in Last of Us, you can walk through that level in VR, like that kind of shit. Like, if it's that strong of an embrace to VR, then that means, like, to me, that signals like, hey, things are going really well for VR. If it's just kind of like a and this thing, it does this, and and VR, plus VR, and it's just like a logo on it, you're like, it's questionable now. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Because
they've had
there's
time.
so many games.
They've had time to develop
There's so many
something.
games that they do that where it's like, here's this game, it's a full game, and then there's this tiny little VR thing attached to it. You're like, okay, that's cool, but I spent $500 on this fucking set. Like, give me something good. And they need more than just Resident Evil, which is a game you could play from start to finish in VR, which is amazing. But they need more of that. They need Call of Duty that you can play in VR, which will never happen.
They need to bring back that. What was that that game? Remember when they first announced PlayStation Move, and it was like a gladiator battle where you had the shield and the sword with the two moves?
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
you imagine
yes,
that?
I remember
That
that.
VR.
Yes, I'd be in on that.
Virtual
Which,
Fighter
like,
VR.
they have most of that already done, right? Like the fighting stuff with the move is just put a headset on and get it done. So I'm really curious about that.
Virtual Fighter
It'll be
1
cool.
remastered VR.
VR I'm in. I mean, these virtual is in the name twice. uh, uh, I want to see Gran Turismo. I want to see
VR.
that. I mean, I think it would be really cool if they had like a not VR. I, I don't know if I want VR
Destiny
driving.
VR. You don't know,
but I'm not sure I want it, to be honest with you. But I think what would be cool, and this is, I'm making myself look like an idiot, but I think what would be cool is doing like an Auto Vista stuff in VR, where you can walk around the car, you sit in the car, you look at everything, and it's super high detailed. Like, I want it to be really high detailed. Where what I think what we got with Drive Club in VR was there were so many compromises that it looked shitty. Like, yeah, you were driving and it was VR, but it didn't look as good as Drive Club looks. And I think if you just kind of say, okay, the car is parked on a sunny beach and you can look around in it, and it looks fucking pristine and high res, and like, like textures look incredible and that kind of stuff. Like, I think that would be really awesome. But it seems like, having the car moving in an environment with other cars, and it's like all of a sudden you're making all these compromises because the system's not strong enough to handle all of that. And then you get Drive Club VR, which, I mean, that was shit. That was just like that was a steaming three-coiler. That was just bad. So yeah. I God of War, I'm sure we'll get like a playable demo of God of War, as opposed to just the video that we saw last year.
What about more about that biker game with fucking?
Oh, what the hell was that called? The zombie one, right?
Yeah.
It's a Last of Us. No, Dead Rising. Dead of Us. Dead or Us.
Dead Russ.
Dead Russ. That's what it is. Yeah, that was one of those games that was just kind of it was one of those games where It was kind of like a tech demo that they showed, so it would be cool to see that more fleshed out. And State of Decay on the Xbox, I want to see that too. The State of Decay 2, to see what that looks like.
Now, more importantly, does
Yes.
Yoshida show up this year and fucking not fuck me out of a free square? I'm fucking sure.
I gotta change my free squares up this year on the bingo board. I gotta tell you, man, I thought he'd be there.
That wasn't a fucking free square. That fuck me.
I do know that Mikey Berra is not going to be on stage, so he won't be on any of the bingo cards. Because I was watching one of his streams, and he said that he's not presenting. He'll be at E3, but he's not presenting. So I was like, okay, fine. So,
now, does Magnetron show up on stream a fucking E3? Because he's going. He was invited by Microsoft.
I think that they will have a.
I think they're gonna have a mixer thing, and that they're gonna play something.
They'll definitely have like a hey, here's a mixer thing. You can do it on Windows now with the creator update. You could do it right through your Xbox. You know, give it a minute or two, because like hell, they paid so much money for it, right? Give it a minute or two, and then Mixer VR, absolutely. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. And then and they'll show the Mixer app on the Xbox with featured streamers, and those I'm sure will be fucking cherry picked. Like, you know, Magnetron's gonna be there, Bizzle will be there. All just the sweetest of streamers will be on that list. I'm positive of it.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm sure we'll get that. Absolutely. And then let's see, what else would we get from Sony? Well, yeah, like Last of Us 2. We would get. Where do you think Shadow of Mordor will be shown? Probably Microsoft.
EA's?
Oh, that's right. EA, yeah. I don't know who's got the deal with them. Is it Sony or is it Microsoft? It's a Play Anywhere title, so I'm thinking it's Microsoft, but maybe not.
That's a good question. I don't know.
And here's another thing with that game is that it got delayed.
Yes.
Oh, you're right, Mitz. It's with Apple. It got delayed to October 10th because it's supposed to be an August release. It got delayed to October 10th. Is that going to be the release date for the Scorpio?
Oh.
What are we thinking? Is that crazy? It's close enough to holiday to be a holiday release, kinda. Although November would probably be like holiday season. So I don't know. Is October too early?
I think it is.
I think it probably is.
Because
you want that hype to go right up to Christmas, right? So you do it, you release it in November and push it all the way into December and have it be like the Christmas gift that people want to that people are clamoring to get, you know?
Yeah.
So that hype builds.
Totally.
People, you know.
I don't think we'll see any Red Dead Redemption 2.
No.
Rockstar never really shows up, and
Rockstar never goes to E3, so and they don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they fucking post something on Twitter and it's like 500,000 views and shit. Like, they don't need E3 to promote their stuff. They just need to.
And I mean, it's no small.
They put up that teaser image and it's huge.
It's just no small surprise that E3 is a huge market, is like huge money for these guys. So it's like, if I don't have to spend the money and I'm gonna get the fucking hype regardless, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they don't need to spend money to go to E3. They can do their own thing, and everything they do will be amazing. Or like it'll do amazingly. Like the numbers on it will always be high. So they don't need E3. E3 needs them. That
honestly,
would be a huge get. Said, hey, Rockstar's gonna be here. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
Shit, yeah, they'd fucking put the. But then I mean, and then again, like Rockstar doesn't really release that much to warrant an entire presentation, right?
Exactly.
So
maybe a new tabletop game, maybe.
Oh, ping pong.
HD tabletop.
Oh God, that would be amazing.
You
VR,
fucking love it.
VR,
VR.
VR. Oh, that would be amazing. I don't know if that would
I'm
help.
back in on the VR hype. I'm back in on the VR hype.
I don't know if that would help with my
Book it.
vestibular exercises. But yeah, 6 days away. Super stoked. What day are we?
Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
What day are we doing bingo then? Like, when are we getting together and
We
talking?
we will have the bingo cards will extend both days.
Does it start on Monday?
I think.
Do we get together on Sunday?
We're doing Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Tara is coming over on Sunday and Monday. Yep. Okay. And I'm pretty sure the only person I don't think is Mitz is good for Monday or Sunday. The only person, Craig said he'll come on Sunday, but he fucking hates Sony so much. He's like, I'm not going to waste my time coming on Monday. I'm like, damn, son. So I think Craig will be around for Sunday
okay.
to see Microsoft stuff. So I think we'll start it on Sunday. I'll just take over Craig's bingo card for Monday.
So do you like put one card aside for Tara and put The Last Guardians VR on it or something?
Oh shit! I think she had a Last Guardian one, didn't she?
Yeah.
Somebody
I think she had it on her card, and we were like, yeah, well, that's not going to be. She was not like, it's not going to be shown, and then it fucking dropped, and we were like, holy shit!
Fucking music started kicking in, and she went buck wild. It was great. She loves that game so much, and I remember it came out and it was like a few months after I was talking with her, and I said, so. What do you think? Was it worth the wait? Like, what did you think? She's like, I haven't played it yet. I'm like, what the fuck?
Fuck! What?
So disappointed. I was like, what? I can't talk to you anymore. Get out of here.
You can't. Do you even game,
Let me finish
bro?
my 2 beers here, and then I'm leaving.
Fuck. That's
so
crazy.
Yeah. She's just been so busy that she didn't have a chance to sit down and enjoy it. So. She'd always get like, an hour or so of time to play. And she's like, I don't want to sit for an hour or like, half an hour and just kind of start to get into the game. She's like, I really just want to fucking just, veg out and just play it for the whole day. But she's never had time to. So at least when I talked to her last, she hadn't played it yet. So I was like, oh,
well,
okay.
I watched Magnetron play it, and I was like, it looked cute. It looked.
Yes.
Your
little dog bird thing, it looks adorable. It really does, and it acts accordingly. Where you're like, it acts like an animal should act. Like it doesn't always listen to you. You gotta like pet it when shit happens. You're like, hey, calm down, buddy. I got you.
Yeah, I think there was a scene where he got injured, and like you had to pull arrows out of him and stuff like that. And it's just like, oh man, this fucking is brutal.
I can't handle it. Could never play that game, especially like the kids watch that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck,
They would fall in love.
I'd be destroyed. Yeah.
Dad, you killed Bird Dog.
Man, like playing games where you have to like hunt the animals, like Far Cry. It's like kill 5 crocodiles to get the bigger wallet or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I wouldn't play the missions. I'd go out and just kind of like, I'm gonna, build a bigger arrow quiver or whatnot. So I gotta go kill 6 bears, and go and it's just about to kill a bear. And Mimi comes out. Dad, what are you doing? Well, why do you have that arrow at the bear? No, Dad, no. I'm like, no, I'm taking a picture of the bear, sweetheart. It's like I gotta get the camera up. I'm just taking a picture of that. I'll see him again. So maybe let's go see if we can take more pictures. This is great. Don't you want to play with your sister upstairs? No, Dad, what are you doing? Let's take pictures of animals. Like, great, let's do that. We're not hunting any of these animals. No.
I feel like when I played Red Dead Redemption, there was an achievement for stabbing a jaguar or a cheetah or something, and I feel like I fell into that same point where I was trying to stab it and I couldn't, and then like Megan was like watching and I couldn't fucking
like I can't.
And it was so random for that stupid cheetah to show up, the jaguar to show up, and it was just like finally shows up and I can't fucking stab it, and
You can't skip the skinning animation, right? So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she's watching like, the fuck are you, what did you just do, Dad? Nothing. What are you talking about? No.
It's all part of life.
Why did you use that knife on this? Just a tiger, Dad. Why would you do that? I'm like,
Let me tell
I
you
needed-
a story. Upstairs.
Let me tell you a story about Dad's wallet. It needed to be bigger. I needed to carry more shotgun shells. You gotta understand.
To get the bad guys.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So super pumped for E3 weekend. I'm not crazy about the split days, like the Sunday Monday thing. I kind of dug how Bethesda was kind of the only outlier on Sunday last year, and then everybody else was Monday, because then it made Monday more of an event.
Yes,
I like having friends over and we kind of watch and hoot and holler when cool shit gets shown. Like I kind of like that. And it's like a whole day event. I'm like, oh fuck, we're gonna watch Microsoft, and then we're gonna play games for an hour or two, and then we're gonna watch EA, and then Bethesda, or then and then Ubisoft, and like fucking finish the night off with Sony, and it's just gonna be just games all day. It's gonna be awesome. And now it's kind of like, well, we're gonna see some stuff on Monday. I have a feeling like people are gonna watch the Microsoft thing. We're gonna play a bunch of games, and then I have a feeling like Tara and Craig probably leave before we do Bethesda. Like it's because it's 10 o'clock. Like who's gonna stick around for Bethesda? And then and then it's kind of like Monday, it's like afternoon, we're gonna see Ubisoft, and then late evening we'll see Sony. It's like it's not the same. Like I'm still super pumped to see all those games, but it kind of sucks that it's split.
It stretches the hype. Like it takes that ball and it stretches it a bit, so it's like
you're like, maybe they're stretching it. Okay, and then like like I don't even consider the EA stuff part of it. Like it's like nobody's coming over on Saturday to see EA. No. Like who cares? Like,
and not only that, but like, how do you organize snacks? Like I can't eat like shit for 3 days. I can eat shit for 1 day.
I have said to Craig and Tara, Sunday will be a snack day, and then Monday I'll make dinner and stuff. So we'll have proper food on Monday.
Dope.
Yes, they do have their own Spider-Man game, but the console will not use the same font.
Oh,
this time.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it. Jesus, it's late. I got to play some more Marvel Heroes tonight.
before Double XP rolls away. So as always, we do this every Sunday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on Mixer. Mixer.com/Gwildor, GWILD0R, and Zorbsy, ZORBSIE. You can find us on Twitter at the same moniker, and also check out our. We're now part of the Shed Team, which is actually the URL, theshedteam.com. There's a bunch of awesome streamers part of the team that streams some.
They are all some really good guys and girls, and they're really fun to. It's a great community.
Yeah,
it's welcoming and super nice and just good people. I don't know how we got in.
Yeah, I don't know either. They're all nice people, and there's these vulgar.
And then these two idiots.
All right. Anyways, guys, we'll see you later. Peace out. Word to your mother.
Get some sleep, Mitz.
Yes. Sleep good.